Hey,
Hey.
hello.
Hello.
My name is Ivan Kareja, and I'm a student in the Bachelor of Arts program with College for America at Southern New Hampshire University, and I'm conducting an interview, which is a part of my academic work. And with your consent, I will record this interview and use the information in a deliverable of the government and you. I'm working on under the goal contribute to the society. The interview will be used to create the deliverable and submit it to College for America so that my project can be this recording will be solely for this purpose. So the interview information will be temporarily stored in the College for America online evaluation system, to which only the evaluator and College for America will have the access. So do you have any questions?
No.
So do you give the consent?
Yes, I
So if you give your consent, you can read here and state your name.
I, Kabasi Sebakungu, give my informed consent to participate in the interview, to be recorded and used as a part of the students' academic work.
So thank you so much. And I have here 4 questions that I'm going to ask you. So the first question is, what are the 3 branches of US government? Do you know them?
3 branches.
Yeah.
There is legislative, executive, and the judiciary.
Oh, thank you so much. So the second question is, the branch of this one is, what does each branch that you have mentioned do?
Legislative makes
Yeah.
law.
Okay.
Judiciary evaluate the laws.
Okay. So there is
And,
executive.
Executive.
Okay. So the third question is that Democrats and Republicans are the major parties in the United States. Can you name it? Another third party, you know?
Third party.
Yeah.
Green party. Yeah,
Okay.
Green party.
Any other?
Republicans.
No, the Republicans is one of the major ones.
No.
Okay, so the last question is, what is the basic process by which a bill becomes a law?
Like when people suggest an opinion,
Okay.
and it can be evaluated by the executives and
Okay.
senate, and maybe they can put that opinion in the president so that they can evaluate it. So in that evaluation, the president can decide if this can be evaluated.
Okay, so those were the questions that I have. Thank you for your input.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Oh, hello.
Hello,
How are you doing?
I'm well.
Okay, so
Yeah.
my name is Ivan Kareja, and I'm a student in the Bachelor of Arts program with College for America at Southern New Hampshire University. And I'm conducting an interview as part of my academic work. So with your consent, I will record this interview and use the information in the project of government and you, which is under the goal of contribute to the society. This interview will be used to create the deliverable and submitted to College for America so that my project can be evaluated. This recording will be used for this purpose. The interview information will be temporarily stored in the College for America online evaluation system, to which only the evaluator and College for America will have access. So do you have any questions? So do you give your consent to
Yes.
So if so, you can read the statement here and include your name.
I, Jean Lamour Harigosenga, give my informed consent to participate in this interview to be recorded and used as a part of the student academic work.
Okay, thank you so much. So I have 4 questions for you.
Okay.
So the first is, what are the 3 branches of the US government?
3 branches.
Of the US government.
The first one is legislative.
Okay.
The second is judiciary,
Okay.
executive.
Okay, thank you so much. So the second question is related to the first. So what does each branch do?
I know one.
Okay.
I know that legislative creates the rules.
Okay, so the other branches you don't know.
Don't know.
Okay, thank you so much. And the third question is, Democrats and Republicans are the major parties in the United States.
Yeah.
Do you know any other third parties?
Any?
Yeah.
No, I know only those two.
Okay. So the fourth question is, what is the basic process by which a bill becomes a law?
The process by which a bill becomes law.
Yeah.
I think when the Senate and the House of Representatives signed on it, just it become a law.
Okay. So those were the questions that I have. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Hello, my name is Ivan Karejia, and I'm going to take you through a journey of the government and you. And we are from the street interview, where I have interviewed two people who were discussing more about the questions related to the branches of the government and also how the bill becomes a law. And I'm going to give the appropriate answers to the questions, since the people I have interviewed did not give enough information because they were interviewed in an unprepared way. So let's start from the first question. The first was, what are the three branches of the government? And politics as a term is generally applied to the art or science of running government or state affairs. So in the United States, the government has three branches, which is the legislative, judiciary, and the executive. So starting from the legislative, it consists of the House of Representatives and the Senate. So Americans elect their senators and representatives, and they all combine to present the Congress. The Congress is made of the House of Representatives as well as the Senates. So the legislative focus on constituents' views, the party's views, and also they are voted by the people so that they can speak for the people. The second is the judiciary, which is the system of courts that interprets and applies the law in the name of the states. So the judiciary generally does not make law or enforce law, but rather interprets law and applies it to the fact of each case. This branch of the state is often tasked with ensuring equal justice under law. It usually consists of the Court of Final Appeal together with the lower courts. So the judiciary involves the courts of the Final Appeal and the lower courts. And the executive is the organ exercising authority in and holding responsibility for the governance of the state. So the executive executes and enforces law. Its power is vested in the president, and the president also acts as both the head of state and the commander of chief. And looking at what each branches do, they're going to start to focus on three things: on creating laws, interpreting the laws, and also the budget. So the legislative, the Congress makes laws. The House of Representatives and the Senate are the ones who make laws. And on the side of interpreting laws, the Senate confirms judicial appointments so that they can be sent to the president to be approved. And on the judiciary part is that on the part of creating laws, the courts may find laws unconstitutional by evaluating them, and so that they can be changed or modified. And the courts may find executive actions unauthorized, in which that they can evaluate the things that are not going well so that they can be changed. And the executive, regarding to the law, the president sign or vote a law to be confirmed. So it means that when the House of Representatives and the Senate or the legislature have approve the law, they send it to the president. He or she has the ability to sign it or leave it so that it can be brought back for more reviews. And on the interpretation of laws, the president nominates federal judges who will be the ones to implement the laws. And the third question was Democrats and Republicans are the major parties. Can you name a third party? So in the United States, let's first look at the evolution of the two-party system. This started in the 1796, where the first election was defining the element of modern political life. The two parties adopted names that reflected their most cherished values, which is democracy and the republicity. And this was because this arose between John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, who were both Federalists, and Jefferson challenged Adams under the banner, and this led to the rise of the Democratic and the Republican Party, which are the most dominating parties now in the United States. So third-party candidates can take votes away from major political party candidates, influencing the outcomes of elections. So other third parties that are existing in the United States involve the Green Party, the Reform Party, Libertarians, Constitution Party, and the Natural Law Party. So this represents the most active third parties currently in the United States. All these parties have fielded presidential candidates in the last several elections. So the third parties also serve an important role in our political system by enforcing the major political parties, which are the Democrats and Republicans, to address new issues they might not have previously addressed very much. So it means that they influence the outcomes of elections, since they are also allowed to participate, and they might take the part of in the House of Senate and the Congress. So the last question is, what is the basic process by which a bill becomes a law? So firstly, a bill is born, which can be brought by the Congress members or the community, and it is referred to the community for approval, and so that it can be studied and heard. And when this is made, there is what they call to mark up the bill, in which the subcommittee makes a report to the full committee so that it can be recommended by the House or the Senate, who are the part of the legislature, which is the process called ordering a bill reported. So when it reaches to the Senate and the House of Representatives, there is the voting process by which a bill is passed or defeated through the voting process. And then if it passes, it is referred to the other chamber, where it is evaluated so that it can be really presented in front of the president. This refers to when it is approved in a bill in an identical form, it is sent to the president, and this is the last step. If the president approves of the registration, he signed it and it becomes a law. This can be, if the president approves it, Congress may attempt to override the veto, in which they can evaluate again if the law should be implemented to the whole country. So those were the answers to the questions that we have been asking people in the street interview, and that's the more information that I can give. Thank you so much.